Okay guys, we have made it. The $1,100, $1 million guarantee started 1 minute ago, so we're totally fine on time. We shouldn't miss much. 40-minute levels, 40K start stack, dinner break around 5:45, and yeah, let's go build a mountain of chips. Okay, so we played a few hands. We're on break now. We have 33,000 from 30K starting stack. I don't know why I was thinking it was a 40K starting stack, but it is 30K. We have 33K coming back to 400 big blind. Won a couple hands, lost a couple hands. First hand from the cutoff, we opened King Jack offsuit at 100, 100, 100. So we opened to 300. Small blind, big blind calls. Flop was ace, queen, 4, rainbow. They both checked to me. I continued for 300. They all three call. Turn was a 7 of diamonds, putting a flush draw up. They both checked again. I checked behind. Heads up, I probably continue again, but multi-way, just gonna give up on this one. River was a blank, a 3, I believe. And they both checked, I checked, and small blind showed ace-6 for a pair of aces. Okay, so the next hand, there was a raise under the gun to 300, under the gun 1 to 300 at 100, 100. I looked down at 2 red 10s on the button. I 3-bet to 1,200. Folds back around, he makes the call. Flop is ace, king, 8, 2 diamonds. He checks it over to me, and I continue for 700. He calls. Turn was a 4. He checks, I check. And then the river was, I believe, a 9. He checked, I checked it back. I don't think I'm getting value from a worse hand like jacks or 8s or whatever. Yeah, I check it back. He shows pocket 6s, and we win that one with 10s. Okay, and the next hand, blind versus blind. I'm in the big blind with king 9 off at 100, 200, 200. The small blind completes. We check. Flop is queen 9, 7, so middle pair for us. He leads into us for 200. We have an easy call. Don't believe there was a flush draw. Turn was another 9, so now we have 3 9s. He leads the turn for 600. So definitely want to get some value here. I bump it up to 1,500. And he doesn't take too long before calling. So he calls the turn. River is a 5 of diamonds, a blank. And he checks. So just trying to figure out how much I can get paid. And I make it 2,000 on the end. And he quickly calls and shows a worse 9. And we take that one down. But yeah, that's about all that's happened as of now. Still very early, coming back to 200, 400, 400, I believe, with about 33,000. So lots of chips, and let's get in there and try to build. So yeah, last couple hours, I really haven't had much to play. We are on a second break now, 25K, coming back to 800 big blinds, so 30 blinds when we get back. Next break is dinner. Really, I mean, we only played a handful of hands. One that comes to mind is we had 2 9s on the button. We opened a 1K at 500 big blind defends. He's playing like any 2 cards, showing down. He called a guy's 20 big blind jam with 6-8 of spades. So he's that type of player. Flop is queen 7-8 2 spades. We do have the 9 of spades. He checks. I bet 1,500. He calls. Turns another 8. He checks. I check back for pot control. Don't think I'm ever getting 3 streets with 9s here. River's a 10, and he leads for 2,000. Very small. So I mean, he probably has me, but I'm getting like almost 5 to 1, so I call. He could have any 2 cards, especially him. And he shows queen 6 off for the queen, so we lose that one. And then there was like one other hand where we opened ace deuce of clubs from the cutoff, small blind called, we flopped a deuce, bet, he called, turn was an ace, check, check, and then the river, I bet, and he folded. So that's about all that's happened. So hopefully we can go back and spin it up. We got 30 big blinds, and next break is dinner, so hopefully we can go to dinner with a nice stack. All right, so with blinds at 600, 1200, we look down at king jack offsuit. We have about 17.5K, around 15 blinds in our stack. We open to 2800 from the hijack. Cutoff, who just lost a 5-bet, huge pot for like 100K, calls. He's tilting, he's steaming. Been playing any 2 cards. We go heads up to a flop of king 6-7, 2 diamonds. I c-bet for 4K. He doesn't take too long before calling. Turn was the 8 of hearts. I jam. I have less than a pot size bet. I'm all in for 11,000 something on the turn. And he calls, and here's the run out. So, really frustrating way to bust the 1100 million. Last like 3-4 hours just literally had nothing even playable, and when I did have a playable hand, I was under the gun. So, you know, hands like ace 4, ace 7, where like, I mean, I could raise, but like, you know, 20-30 blind stacks under the gun, it's just marginal at best. Finally got in a really good spot against a player that was tilting, and you know, all we had to do was fade a couple cards, and we just couldn't do it. So that is that. We are out of the 1100, and I think there's a 300 turbo Sunday. Not sure if I'm gonna play that or not. I'm really looking forward to the Omaha high-low on Monday. I might fire that just for fun because I like the game a lot, and I think it'll be a pretty small field as well. So we'll see what happens. Either way, we'll see you guys either Sunday or Monday, and that'll probably be the last event I play until I don't know when, maybe a week or 2, if not WSOP next month. So we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.